All right, music fans and truth seekers and people who are interested in different topics, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about real issues in this particular episode, doing so in real time for a few real people out here, just like you there, and just like me here. So, you hear a lot from your local news station and national news and so forth, and you hear basically the same message repeated in different places, even though, you know, they're not talking to one another, supposedly, these newsrooms, that they're so independent and they're doing such great local journalism. I've been hearing a lot how there's no need to intervene in certain places when it comes to violence because we've got it under control. The local community has it under control, whether that's Portland or Memphis or Chicago. Well, at least 11 people were shot in Chicago Friday into Saturday night. I don't know what happened last night, but we had 11 people shot. All right. Does that sound like it's under control? Um, and by the way, there's a certain party in control of that city, and they don't want any outside help from the federal government because it's authoritarianism and totalitarianism and all that fun stuff. So CBS News noted there was a fatal shooting which occurred Saturday morning at 5:22 a.m. in the 4400 block of West Augusta Boulevard. Two men, a 29-year-old passenger and a 37-year-old driver, were in a red Dodge Charger when someone opened fire on them. Both men were shot, and the 37-year-old died shortly thereafter in the hospital. So let me make this point too. With the super high tax burden on city dwellers, the high cost of rent, the high cost of groceries, the high cost of really everything in these cities, you would think they would have the best protection. They would have an elite force running around making sure that things like this wouldn't happen, right? But that's not the case. In an additional shooting, non fatal, a 43-year-old woman was on the street when she was shot multiple times in the body by an unidentified attacker. The incident occurred in the 5500 block of South Lafayette Avenue and left the woman hospitalized in critical condition. She didn't die. She was shot multiple times. Last weekend, 18 people were shot Friday into Saturday morning alone, with four of the victims succumbing to their wounds, meaning they're dead. All right. So far this year, over 340 people have been killed in Chicago thus far in 2025, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. So, again, if the cities are safe, you wouldn't be seeing this kind of stuff. I think people need to push back a little bit on this narrative that you don't need any help in these places. Look, if again they had the super duper elite security force, that would be one thing. But they obviously don't, or they don't want to do policing like they used to do. I'm not sure what's going on. I know that the no cash bail and all that stuff has really changed law enforcement, where if you do put someone behind bars, they're probably going to be back on the streets soon. So what's your motivation to do that? And you're doing it over and over again with the same people. And if you say that, you're called some name and called out for the fact that you're just not a compassionate human being. That's not the case. You know where compassion would be in this situation? Protecting the citizens of the cities. That's where the compassion really would be. So anyway, that's my quick little video about violence in the cities and how maybe they need some help. It seemed to work in Memphis, right? It seemed to work in Washington, D.C. really well. And I get it. You know, it's authoritarianism, it's top down government and so forth. Yeah. But these are serious problems that some of these people just don't seem like they want to solve. So that's my take on that, and I hope you have a great day. See you soon.